Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is my 2024 Tesla Model 3. This is a long range all-wheel drive. And in this video, we're going to do a 10,000 mile review on the car. I'm going to go over a few things. I took this car on a road trip. I'm going to go over how it's been to charge. I'm also going to go over how it's been like to live with, what I like about it, how it's been like to just use as a daily driver. And first off, I want to apologize. It is very dirty right now, but even though it's a beautiful day today, the weather report said it's going to rain in a couple days, so I didn't want to clean it, even though it would look nice for the video. It's daily driver, right? It looks like a daily driver. It's dirty right now, but yeah, this is my Model 3. I've had it for about 8 months or so. This is a lease, so I'm kind of pacing a little higher than the miles I selected for my lease, but I can always drop the miles back by driving it less or driving my M2 more or whatever. It's been a really fun car to own. I'm gonna go over a few different categories like wear and tear and stuff, like I always do in my ownership review videos. I've owned a few different cars now: Golf R, RS3, Golf GTI, Mustang GT, so a few different vehicles. And I love doing these ownership videos because if you're looking to buy a car like this, I mean, you will kind of want to see what it's like to live with or get different thoughts on it and stuff like that. So let's first start off with wear and tear. So let's look at these tires. So again, super dirty. We're kind of in like a construction area right now, but my tires have been holding up very well. You can see the tread there. There's still tons of tread left. And by the way, guys, I drive this car very quickly. Like, I like taking off fast and stuff like that. So these tires have been holding up great so far. And I have roughly like 9,300 miles on it. This is going to be titled 10,000 mile review video because I know I'm going to cross 10,000 miles. I'm going to get caught up with busy at work or whatever. I'm not going to have time to do a video. So I figured I'd just do it now while I have time. Looking at the front, there's a few little rock chips and stuff on the front. The Tesla paint is pretty soft, so the rock chips do show through. Again, the car is dirty right now, so it's kind of hard to tell which ones are actually rock chips and dirt, but believe me, there are rock chips on the front. Didn't curb the wheels like every other Tesla. Every other Tesla I know has curbed wheels. As far as everything else is fine. I did get a little door ding on this side over here, but I had it fixed already. Didn't cost too much. The person that hit the door paid for it. Thankfully, I knew who it was. But it was right here. You guys can see like a little tiny speck of where it got repaired, but I did get a door ding right there, which was really annoying. But that's all fixed. And we got Alaska Airlines leaving, so that's great. All right, let's talk about the inside. So the seats, they've been holding up very nicely. I don't sit on like the corners of the bolsters and stuff. I try to make it a point not to do that, to make the seats all wrinkly and crusty. But these seats look great. They've been holding up fine in the miles that I've had the car. The floor mats are holding up okay. Haven't worn a hole in the middle of the floor mats. Like some cheaper floor mats, you'll wear a hole in them very easy, or you'll wear like a really bad spot in the middle. These ones have been holding up very nicely. Let's hop in here. Steering wheel's holding up great. Doesn't have any sorts of any signs of wear on it. Side here looks great. Everything is great, honestly. Like, there's no signs of wear. Like, everything looks good. This here just needs to be cleaned. It has a little bit of scuff marks and stuff on it, but I got my my holder here. This console holder is great. It's from EV Base. I'll link it in the description. I think I can get you guys a discount code on it. But this is fantastic. It slides nice and easy, unlike the Tesla OEM ones. Because I have the Tesla OEM one for here, right? Because that doesn't move. With the Tesla OEM one, you can't slide it. So this is nice because you can actually slide it forward and backward on the little track here. Everything works. I don't break this and, you know, screw it up, because I know some used Teslas, like, they'll break this, or, you know, people are just hard on their cars. But everything looks great. Even the passenger seat looks good. This little wrinkle over here was here from when I took delivery of the car, and I never took it to Tesla to get it fixed because I didn't really care. Again, this is a 2-year lease for those of you who are new to my channel. This is a 2-year lease, so I'm not too concerned about stuff like that because I'm not going to have the car for more than 2 years anyway, so it's not really doesn't really bother me. This is kind of ironic. I have a Borla hat and a Tesla. I have my sunshades up. I also got this from EV Base. Again, I'll link it in the description so you guys can check it out. But got my sunshades up to block the sun because we're getting to that part of the year where it gets very hot in Vegas. But yeah, the interior has been holding up fantastic. There's no issues. The back seat is barely ever used at all, so that still looks brand new. And just so you guys can see the miles, we have 9,295 miles. And you can see my watt hours per mile for the whole entire time I've owned the car. You can see it is rather high because I drive the car very fast. Tire pressures look great. So everything's good there, but let's go ahead and take this baby for a spin and go over some more things. Alrighty guys, we're gonna head out to Chick-fil-A and get some breakfast. But let's talk about maintenance, right? And with an electric car, maintenance is like, oh, that is extremely ironic. I literally just got a sign that said washer fluid low. I was just about to say I never had to do anything. That is so funny. So I'm gonna have to fill that up, obviously. This new road is nice. They're always building new stuff in Vegas. That's why I love living here. Everything's new. But anyway, maintenance, right? This car, I haven't had to do much of any maintenance at all. Or actually, excuse me, I had to do no maintenance at all. Zero maintenance. Because it doesn't need anything. The only thing that you have to worry about with electric cars is like your air filter, your tires, brakes, but you never really have to worry about those either because you use regenerative braking. So, no maintenance. I haven't had to do a single thing to this car at all. The only thing I'm gonna have to do now is fill up the washer fluid since it's low. Take off here real quick. So that's the only thing that I'm gonna have to do in my whole 10,000 miles so far of owning this car. No oil changes, none of that stuff. Let's talk about my overall thoughts, what it's been like to own. So honestly, this car has been a breeze. I'd still say, I honestly can say, even though I loved my Golf R, if you guys have followed my channel before, you know how much I love that car. I think this is the best daily driver I've ever had. It's just the best. It does everything the best. And it's the fastest one I've had too. It's literally faster than my Golf R. It's faster than the RS3 I had. I mean, obviously, you know, if you modify those cars heavily, then you can beat this car, but this car is literally faster than all of those cars. It doesn't cost me anything in gas, doesn't cost me anything to operate. This car just makes the most sense. And it's so comfortable too. I have so much room. And it's just, like, the ownership is so easy that it makes you like, I hate to say it, but it kind of makes you like, okay, let me take off real quick. I hate to say it, but it kind of makes you like lazy, or it kind of makes you like not want anything else, because the ownership experience is so easy in this car. Like, literally, I turn it on from my phone 5 minutes early, whatever, get it all cooled down or warmed up depending on the temperature outside, turn it on real quick, you know, it cools down or whatever. I get in, I just get in and go. I don't have to worry about the car warming up. I don't need to worry about the transmission, you know, warming up or being clunky until it's warm, or you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You just get in and go. And it's so convenient. Your phone is the key, so you don't have to ever carry around keys or worry about losing them or leaving them at your desk when you go out to, or like anything. Like, you just don't have to worry about that stuff. And, you know, you can summon the car. Like, I have, I paid for 1 month of autopilot just because I wanted to use it one night, and I have Tesla credits to use anyway. And yeah, it just makes it so nice. Like, you just turn on the, actually, speaking of which, let me turn on the autopilot right now, because I'm going to Chick-fil-A. Go ahead and turn that, Chick-fil-A, here we go. Going to this one, boom. And I will go, actually, let me go this way. And turn on my autopilot, boom, now it's on, so now I can just sit back and relax. Look, now it takes off for me. Like, this car is just so nice to own. I was thinking of smoking him. You know what, I need to restrain myself. This car is so much fun and it's so fast that you can pretty much just beat anybody off the light. And obviously I use all of that power. You know, I bought the dual motor, all-wheel drive, and I use all of it. But anyway, charging, right? Charging has been a breeze. I got a 240 volt outlet installed in my house, 50 amp. I just plug in the adapter that came with my mobile connector with the Tesla charger. Just plug it in, charges overnight. I could drive the car for 3-4 days without charging it, and then just plug it in one day and it's fully charged the next day. Super easy to own. If you guys rely on superchargers, it's a little less convenient, but it's still pretty easy to own as well. I've tried the route of just going superchargers only because, again, I have free charging, so I tried just doing the supercharger route as well. That's not bad either. I took it on a road trip to California. It was I think it was Santa Monica area, and it was great. Like, I stopped once on the way down there, and it's because I wanted to stop, because I was still new to the electric car, didn't know how to do on a road trip, so I wanted to be safe. I plugged it in at a supercharger at like 38% charge, when I realized now later that you want to go lower in charge so I can charge faster. But I was new, I learned now. But yeah, it's super easy. You can take a nice little stop, like a nice little 15-minute stop, stretch your legs and stuff, check up on your phone and follow up with all your missed messages and stuff. And yeah, by the time you get done doing all that, you're already at enough charge to go to the next stop. So it's really easy to take on road trips as well. At least I went to California. I didn't go across the whole country, but if you were to go across the whole country, the Tesla's the best car to do it in, as far as like electric vehicles go. Now, I know some of you guys may be wondering, is there anything that I would change if I were to do it over again? Would I still buy this car if I were to do it over again? What would I get instead? Would I change anything? Yes. And you're probably wondering, well, what would you change? You said you just love the car so much. I do. But I would have got a performance, because this car is so fun. Just as the long range all-wheel drive, I can't even imagine how much more fun the performance would be. And it's so funny because I always end up doing that. Like, I'll buy a certain model and then I'll drive it for like a year or whatever, and then I'll get the nicer model. So I did that with my Mustang EcoBoost. Then afterwards I got a GT, but that was for monetary purposes. I always wanted the GT from the beginning. And then I went from a Volkswagen GTI to a Golf R. And then now, if I get another Tesla, which I probably will, I'm gonna go from a long range all-wheel drive to a performance. The reason why I didn't get the performance from the beginning is because at the time the lease was extremely expensive, and even my lease is kind of high on this car. It's relatively high as well, but the performance was extremely expensive to lease. I just got the all-wheel drive because, like, I was just like, you know what, I got this car because I wanted, you know, a nice daily driver that's inexpensive to own and operate and stuff. Getting an expensive one would kind of defeat the purpose. But after driving this car and knowing how much I love it, I'm like, man, I probably would have just got the performance from the beginning. And I would do like the 36-month lease instead of a 24 like I did with this, so I would bring it closer to the payment of this car. It's still higher even for 36 months because I did 24 months on this one. But yeah, that's the only thing I'd change. I'd just get a performance next time. And I might just do that route, or I might end up buying a performance. Like when they do the 0% offers, I might buy a performance and then use all my Tesla credits so I can use those, you know, for actual money, and then you know, actually own the vehicle. And I understand Teslas depreciate like crazy, but if you buy one brand new and keep it long term, because they always do software updates and stuff, so you never really have to worry about being like out of date really. So if you buy a new one and keep it long term, I mean, you get your money's worth. You use it. Yes, it depreciates a lot, but if you just keep the car, then it doesn't really matter. I could have 3 cars. Like, I could have the M2 or whatever I trade that in in the future if I do decide to trade that car. But I love it right now, so that's not in the works right now. But I could have 3 cars. So I could have the Tesla and just always have it, and then I could have a secondary fun car that's like a manual or something fun like that. And then I can also have my M2, because I do have space for 3 cars. I have a 2-car garage, but I do have space in the driveway for 3 cars. So if I did get a new Model 3 Performance, I could just buy it and just keep it long term, unless they come out with something, you know, so much better. You know, Tesla comes out with something so much better. But honestly, like, this car has been so great to own. If any of you guys are considering, now we're at Chick-fil-A, so we're here. If any of you guys are considering a Tesla Model 3, I highly recommend it. I do have a referral code as well. I'm almost at my limit, but I do have a referral code, so if you guys want to use that as well. But yeah, it's honestly the best daily driver I've ever owned. As you know, having 2 cars, because if I only had one, I'd still take the Golf R, because, you know, I still have my gas engine fix. But since I have my M2, this is the best daily driver I could have ever imagined, aside from a Model 3 Performance, right? Because that's the same car, just better. So Model 3 Performance would probably be the best, but this is the second best daily driver that I could ever imagine. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a lot of talking and stuff, but just wanted to give you guys my 10,000 mile ownership review, ownership update on this car, how everything's been. Basically, to sum it up in one word, it's been amazing. It's a great car. And I've already had tons of people in my family, people at work, people I know that have bought Teslas. They asked for my opinion on them and everything, and they bought them because they're such great cars, and all of them are happy with them, all of them. So yeah, it's a wonderful car. But if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe for more Tesla content and BMW M2 content if you're interested in gas-powered sports car content as well. And I will see you guys in the next video.